Yes, it's Friday, 4-day weekend. Enjoy the vibes. Brought to you by my man T.Mo, Marques Houston. They'll be joining us in a bit, so don't go away. Hey, don't tune out. We got a lot of shit we're gonna cover today. We got a lot of shit we're gonna talk about. But I know it's a one-man show right now. Makk is coming. Like I said, I got T.Mo on deck. I got Marques Houston on deck, and E.Smitty may be jumping in as well. So, that being said, welcome to this week's installment of the Smoke Pit. I'm your host, Makk, aka your boy. And right off the bat, let me give a shout out to our host network, DFPN, That Feeling Podcast Network. Also, our sponsor, The Plugs Wireless Earpods or Earbuds. I don't want no copyright problems from Apple. You know what I'm saying? Get those. Go to gettheplugs.com. Promo code MRK underscore MRK space SX. Get you a discount on those as well. Premier Element. Right? Marketing. Go to Premier Elements UAE. Follow that on Instagram. Get your information, or just go to premierelement.com. Get all that information. And then, of course, Audio Swim. For all my musicians out there, you got music you're trying to get out there. Visit audioswim.com. Upload a track. It'll get to all the major streaming services out there. Real good stuff out there, man. More profit in your pocket. That's what Audio Swim's about. So check them out. Now, I feel like I got all that out the way. It felt rushed, but we got to shout out the homies. Appreciate y'all supporting That Feeling and all that good stuff. With that said, like already, I got one half of the duo behind the song that you're listening to now. This beautiful, beautiful music. Got my man T.Mo, producer, 40-year-old rapper, episode 3. I'm gonna bring him in for y'all. What's good, fam?
Chilling. How you doing, bro?
Chill. Living my life, man. Made it to Friday, my guy. Ain't no complaints. 4-day weekend too.
Amen. Yep. Let's get it.
How about you?
I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like 4-day weekend, you know what I'm saying? It's nice and sunny out here. A little bit hot, but I live with it.
There's worse places you can be than Vegas, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
Anyway, let me throw the thing in here real quick. And then we get in on this. Bad. All right, man. Yeah, so just wanted you and Marques Houston to come on here real quick. I know he's on his way. But to just talk about this album for a little bit and then also chop it up on a couple of things. I don't know if you've seen, I posted a topic that I wanted to get into and get different people's perspective on it.
Okay.
But one of the things is your boy Batman from Immature, Marques Houston. I don't know if you've seen the news. My man is happily married now. Found the love. And
that's what's up.
So yeah.
Congratulations to him, bro.
So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to start a new segment. I'm trying to start a new segment on the show where we find people doing stupid shit. Okay. And the thing I want to talk about is whose man
is this, Tory Lanez.
Oh, we got into Tory. Was it 2 weeks ago? And that's the whole thing. Hold on, Makk is telling me to resend the link to him and whatnot. Let's see if I can do this real quick. My man, all ear prepared. He knew we had a show to do.
Whose man is this, bro? Whose man is this?
Whose man is this right now?
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone.
Me up like sorry, mom. Hey, so this link worked right? They didn't give you no issues. You ain't had to download nothing new or nothing.
You just gotta copy paste, and then you're good to go. Allow access to your cam and mic, and you're good to go. Laptop might be different, but
Oh, okay.
it's
So,
pretty simple.
yeah, you just click a link, it brings you here, and you give
Yeah,
it permission, like you said. So
yeah.
I'm glad it works. This is like my new move. I left Zoom. No disrespect to Zoom, but
You left Zoom because they
um,
wasn't they wasn't streaming right. They wasn't counting your streams right.
they ain't give me the bells and whistles, man. They ain't give me the bells and whistles.
They didn't give you the re-up. They didn't give you the re-up, huh? On the contract?
Nah,
Oh, shit.
I was free agent. StreamYard was like, "Come here, holla at your boys, holla at your
Yeah.
people." So I almost had to go to Premier Element. You know what I'm saying? Get me marketed right.
That's what's up. Oh,
I sent the link to him, so he should be jumping in. But whose man's is this, right? And when Matt get in here, he'll jump on it too. But you know what? Let's chop it up with Tory Lanez a little bit, and then when Matt get in here, we'll hit the main topic. But I know you saw Meg come out, straight up put the dude on blast. Was like, "My man's, you shot me, right?
Yeah,
You shot me." As popular as she is, the momentum she got. You think Tory's done, or you think he can recover, kind of like Chris Brown?
Man, here's what I think, bro. Everybody deserves a second chance. Like, I'm not advocating like what he did. Like, that's some fuck shit. Like, that's some pussy sucker shit. But like I said, man, this is probably the worst thing that we've seen when it comes to like entertainment. That's like Bobby Brown shooting Whitney or something. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Damn.
It's like crazy, bro. But I think
because I mean,
he might. It's a tarnish, bro. It's a tarnish on his legacy for sure.
Oh shit! Hey y'all, we got another special guest, my man E.Smitty, the R&B soul of that feeling. He in the building. Let me go ahead and bring him in on this. What up? What up? E.Smitty is also the host of the Real Food podcast that's on the DFPN network. More of the series.
What up, E?
What's happening, y'all? What's up, fellas?
What's good though?
And
What's good though?
Man, what's up, Matt? Matt, aka your boy.
Hey.
What's good?
What's up, T.Mo?
What is good? Hey, and on deck,
Chilling, bro.
on decky as well. The better half of this program, Black Matt.
Yo, what is up, everybody? What is up to the people out there? Shout out to the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group. Y'all are amazing. Shout out to That Feeling Podcast Network. Shout out to our sponsors. Get the plugs.
That's right.
Shout out to Audio Swim and shout out to Premier Element. So, did we go over this already? I'm just coming in here like on my promo shit.
Hey, black pods matter, bro. Black pods matter.
Black pods matter. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, so now we got
Willie.
kind of a full house. What up?
Hold on one moment.
Hey man, I just want to say, man, that's so dope how you celebrating your wife, man, like that, bro. That is so dope.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. You know, somebody just hit me up with one of them challenges, and normally I don't be taking them up, but
I'm the same way.
It's just a little something I like to do.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way. They be like, okay, if you pass this on to 10 people, that they'll survive another day. You be like, die, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yo, like for real, like seeing that, man, like real talk, man, like it's actually showing like dude, like you was like mad young, dog. Y'all been together, bro. That's a beautiful thing,
you about
man.
That latest picture?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
You talking about that latest picture,
dope, bro? That was dope, bro. I love it.
Hey, marriage be aging motherfuckers like Obama out here, though.
No,
you know what I mean? He got lucky. I don't know how he survived that shit.
No, he still look good. No, you still look good. You still look good, bro. You still look good. But that's just beautiful how y'all been rocking like that, man. Yes. Salute. I love that, bro.
Salute.
Definitely.
Most of the credit goes to her, man. She put up with a lot of bullshit, bro. Young Willie was not a cool motherfucker, bro. I'm gonna just say
What they say
Yes,
it takes
Something else.
how many years of chaos to equal patience?
Shit, when you find the
I
answer
don't
to
know.
that shit, let me know.
But no, like we're all patient. But no, we're all patient men. But like, I
yeah,
want to say, like when we were younger, that shit we'll just go to 0 to 100 real quick. You know?
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How many of those
Yeah.
do it take for us to be these patient men? Like, what was your defining moment where you're like, I'm chill?
So either one of us, me, I would say like
It had to be.
it was like 35 for me. It's like 35. I was just like, man, I'm too old for this shit. Like y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. I can't do
Like
it.
trying to go out, like, hey, we heading out this weekend. You want to roll? And I'd be like low key, like, yeah, I want to go. But then like 35, that's a good age, Black. Because 35, I was just like, nah, I'm cool, bro. No, that's when I started hitting it with the, yeah, I might be there. Let me know where y'all going. I'll pull up. And then
Oh no,
sitting
for
there
me,
like,
that's been my whole life. That's been my whole life. I'd be like, all right, I'll see y'all. And then I'll show up. They'd be like, hey man, I thought you was coming. Man, some other shit came up, man. My bad. I was asleep like a motherfucker. I was knocked deep.
I was
Oh my god.
before 35. I was just like, skirt. I'm sneaking out, bro. I'm damn near sneaking out my own house as an adult. My wife, I don't want you going out. I'd be like, all right. She go to sleep. I just walk out the house, just like I just deal with it when I get back. As a grown man. And I hit 35 and Cass be like, yo, you rolling? I'm like, oh, yeah. You know where you going? I'm gonna be
like
there.
Hey, you about to walk somewhere? Like you get out the bed to walk out the room. They be like, where you going? To the kitchen. Goddamn.
It don't be on that point because my wife, when she be like damn near comatose and shit. So I just be like, yo, that's when I be on the Xbox because she ain't gonna wake up when she hear it turn on. Anyway, yo, so I'm bringing a new segment in now that I got my peoples with me, called "Whose Man's Is This?" Right? We was chopping it up about Tori a little bit earlier, me and T.Mo, but now that the whole group is here, let's talk about everybody's favorite star/singer, Marques Houston, however he wants to be called, aka Batman from Immature, marries Maya Dickey. So the age gap, Marques is 39, Maya Dickey is 19. He got engaged with her when she was 18. Do we have a problem with this? Is everybody cool with shit like this? Or is there problems? Because
go ahead, T.Mo. Go ahead, T.Mo. I'll let T.Mo kick this one off.
Whatever if the parents don't got a problem with it, or if they do got a problem with it, that's what I'm going with. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, but everybody got their own shit that they're involved with. But me personally, I'm not.
Right? So his wife, Maya, ran away from home when she was 15. She lived in Eugene, Oregon, ran away from home. Missing persons report. Parents filed missing persons report. She was gone. They didn't know where she was at. No, like her Facebook, all that shit got deactivated. All her social media deactivated. Then the minute, I think recently within the last few months, it reactivated when she got engaged to Marques Houston or whatnot. People are saying that they met because she's good friends with Chris Stokes' daughter, and that's how Marques and her met when she was 17 and he was 38, 37. He waited until she was 18 before they started dating. And then now that she's like married, so now with all that, with that.
No, we're not doing that.
Wow.
Oh,
we're not doing that.
Fellas, can I ask y'all this real quick? Yo,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Smitty.
I got it. I got earphones in. Is that cool? Will everything show up? I mean, would y'all be able to hear me?
Yeah, you could. We can still hear you.
Bro,
Okay, cool.
Do whatever makes you comfortable. E.
So,
You good.
I didn't know. I know I did an interview and it came out like terrible one time, so I was just asking.
Let
You good.
me ask you this, because you the host
Yeah.
of Real Food, Smitty. You the host of Real Food. You keeps it real.
Yes, sir.
100.
Yes, sir.
100. So, without that knowledge, if I didn't give you that backstory, and your boy came up to you, he was like, you know, I'm hooking up with this girl. We get married, blasey blasey. She 20 years younger than me. You know, she 19. I'm 39.
Yeah.
You didn't know she ran away. None of that. What would your initial stance be on that?
Man, Makk, straight up, bro. Like off top. Like, are you saying did I know the age?
The age gap.
No, like he just came up and he was like,
history. Like
bro,
if she's 18 and she meets
and
like she's like
I'm saying
to
that's what I'm
Marques
saying.
Houston.
That's what I'm saying. Like she actually tells me the age of her and the dude, the age gap. They actually tell me that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
man,
he tell you,
18.
this my girl.
oh man, dude. I'm like totally, me personally, I'm totally against that, man. I'm totally against that because it's like, number one, like you may have a crush on me because I'm 39, but why the fuck are we getting together like this? No, that's not me, man. No.
We're not doing that.
No. And if it's somebody that I know, I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, I don't care for that. I don't care for that, man, at all. At all. You know, that's not cool. That's not cool with me. You
No,
know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you. I definitely feel you.
That
You
shit was
know-
crazy.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's
My first thought when I saw it, I was like, ain't no way he didn't pull a R.Kelly on this girl. Ain't no fucking way.
dude.
Like she's 19, she just turned 19 not too long ago. They said she got engaged at 18. Bruh, y'all dated for a while. Now let's think about it.
Yeah.
A relationship to where you actually think about knowing somebody is probably about if you're extremely stupid, it's about 2 months. Even an extremely stupid person would be like 2 months in, we got to know each other. I hit it a couple times. All right, cool. Let's get married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like, but that child is like, she wasn't grown yet. You know what I mean? There was no way that didn't happen when she was a minor. And then she ran away.
It doesn't.
Sick.
Yeah, she ran away at. Nobody knows where she was at. Now they're both like,
She was with
I don't
him.
think the religion has anything
She was
to
with
do.
him.
They met
For real.
they're both Jehovah's Witnesses or whatnot. I don't know how that whole thing works. But even if it was a friend of, so here's the thing: Marques Houston looks at Chris Stokes like his dad, right? Like this dude helped foster his career, immature, all that shit.
Yeah.
His daughter should then almost be like your sister, right? If that's the
Exactly.
case,
Right.
Exactly.
so then your friend's daughter's friend is who you meet, and then you like, oh, she cute. We gonna get it. Because here's my thinking.
Terrible.
I'm thinking she ran away in California or whatnot. Ran away to go hang with her friend and her rich family. Marcus meets her. He's like, yo, that's cute. And they keep it under wraps until she's legal. And then he's like, oh, look, we engaged. And then 1 year later, oh, look, we married. That's how it appears to me. I think low-key he was on some R.Kelly 2.0 shit where you keep shit under wraps until they legal.
Straight up.
And then now.
Sure.
Ain't no doubt.
Straight up.
Part of that has to go to her parents too, because her parents be like, if you don't bring your fast ass home, I'm gonna fly to wherever you at. I gotta
her.
That's terrible,
Let
man.
me see, because I saw something talking about her mom like lost custody or something happened where she ended up being adopted.
Hey, Willie.
By the family lived in Oregon. Yep. So
Go ahead, E.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. To me, like what how you breaking down like the facts of that. To me, it sounds like he knew that she had some like troubles going on in her past, and he's like, damn, but damn, she looked good. That's like that's even worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's worse.
That's
That's
even
worse.
worse.
It's
Like
like,
he's
come
like,
here,
yo,
I'm
I can
gonna
really,
help you out. Let me get
I
it.
can,
Let me get in there real quick.
I can, man. And it's like, damn, like, yo, because I think that you should mature. Like, you can always see a younger girl and say, like, wow, she's beautiful. You know, she's a pretty girl. But leave that shit right there. But as far as like lusting after her, nah, man, come on, that's
Yeah,
terrible, man.
that's predatory, bro.
Straight up.
Like that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason now. Like I just don't. I don't pay too much attention to women outside of my wife in general because I don't know how old these motherfuckers are now. You know what I mean? Like you could just be looking at some and that motherfucker 16 built like a goddamn stallion. Like you about to catch a charge? Nah, we're gonna stay away from that.
Yeah,
we're gonna stay all the way away from that.
And you know what too? It's a certain look, like you can see like a youngness in their face to where like, yeah, she's beautiful, but she is super young. Like skin is like just man, no type of blemishes, like, and then you still lusting after her, like, dude, like I remember when you said something about that, Matt, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know about it because I don't be keeping up with that stuff like that. I'm like, this dude, that's some old damn pervert ass shit, man. You know,
that is some pervert shit.
Yeah,
really
that's terrible, man. It's terrible. You know.
Yeah. We got a viewer. My homegirl Kay, she jumped in. She's like, "It's a motherfucking problem. It's disgusting." They were lying when she was underage, and I believe that.
I believe that too.
They just been keeping that shit on the low.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So this also plays into, I don't know if y'all heard the bullshit California trying to pass in that bill to kind of benefit people with this mindset. So if the youngest person in a relationship is 14, a 24-year-old, so like 10 years is the age difference starting at 14. So at 14, if you're 24, you can date a 14-year-old and not
age of consent
be in trouble. That's the shit.
To the age of consent.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, they're tying it to the age of consent. Man, there's so much wild shit going on in California right now, like law-wise.
Wow.
Like, these motherfuckers they crazy.
Wow.
These motherfuckers crazy. They hiding all type of shit.
Hey, y'all.
And they do it. They do it in little slick ways. You know what I mean? They do it in slick ways.
Damn.
Yeah. We got Mark Socks about to jump in here real quick. We'll see what his opinion is.
Man, I don't like none of it. I don't know what
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark.
He came in immediately.
I don't like none of it, man. What we talking about?
Your boy Marcus and his beautiful wife of 19. If you're cool with the whole how they got together, how they ended up together type stuff.
Oh,
I don't know if you know the whole story. You know what's going on? Yeah.
I know it's probably great.
Nah. No, sir.
We looking at
this is a sick nigga.
We looking at Mark like he is like R.Kelly 2.0, like he learned from R.
The same thing? You think Marcus is like R.Kelly?
So here's the thing.
Hell yeah.
So here's the thing.
What?
His wife.
Bring it down, Matt.
Ran away from home. She ran away from home from Eugene, Oregon at 15. Nobody knew where she was at. They filed a missing persons report. Nobody was able to find her. All her social media got deactivated. Then a couple of months after the engagement to Marques Houston, when she was 18 and he was 38, then her Instagram and everything come back up, and then a year later they get married. So Marques is saying, I didn't know she ran away from home. I didn't know her. I met her when she was 17, when she was a friend. We didn't date until she was legal. So he's doing all the damage control type shit, right? Like he knows what everybody's thinking. And he's saying, nah, she was just cool with Chris Stokes' daughter and they would hang out. And I didn't approach her until she was legal.
Listen, man, that dude Raz B tried to tell y'all about them folks, man.
Man, Raz B was like high as hell spilling the truth.
Bro,
Raz B was like, I'm gonna smoke this crack, and here's what Chris Stokes did to me.
Ooh.
Man, Chris was little, man. And,
oh man.
Listen, man. But listen, man. I don't know if that young lady got a daddy or she got any brothers or anything like that. But I will say, Marques Houston need his ass whooped at least one time for one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Here's another thing real quick. They had they're like, because of COVID, we can only have so many people. Nobody in her family was invited. Like her adopted parent. Nobody. Nobody. And that's where everybody was just like, I don't think nobody on her side is approving of this because they all know what the fuck is up. So
listen, man.
I'm just like, this is shady. They would have got to that way.
So let me ask you this question, Makk, aka your boy. This question is for you specifically, because we kind of had a conversation about this before, about being that young and knowing you want to do things like that. Because my mind would lead me in the direction of, well, she's not mature enough to make a decision like that. That's what I would say. I would say an 18-year-old would not be mature enough to make a decision like that. But Makk will have a slightly different opinion of that based on personal experience. Am I wrong or right?
No, you're right. And here's the thing, though. So I was dating my wife. We were dating. She's been my girlfriend. Yeah. She was 17. I was 18, 19 or whatnot. So per the law or whatever, she was a minor, right? But she knew she was going to be with me and whatnot. I knew we was going to be together. I think it would be way different if she was 17, 18, and I was 37, 38.
Yeah.
With the backstory, you ran away from home. You don't know where your parents are at.
Yeah.
And like, we can only take him for his word. But when something like that, when you're just like, I want you in my life, and you got a whole family up in Oregon, and you ain't trying to do what you can to have them be a part of this special day, that lets me know something a little more. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, dog, I have a 17-year-old daughter who will be 18 soon. Marques Houston is on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing and talking. But there's no way a 39-year-old dude is gonna marry my daughter, and I ain't gonna have something to say about it. Like
he can't roll up sitting hits. That girl.
He gotta see me one time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he gotta see me one time, dude. Just me and him in the room. Let me figure out how much he really want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll know. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You gotta catch hands. You gotta catch hands.
You gotta catch hands, bro.
You gotta catch hands.
I'm date my 17, 18-year-old daughter, man. I understand she love you. She legal and all that, but man, you need to talk. We need to go talk for a second, dude. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see. Let's go find out how much you love her, man. Meet me in the back room, dude.
My thing, off rip. I'm gonna whoop her ass. You ran away at 15. I don't hear from you until you're on Instagram marrying Marques Houston. I'm whooping your ass. Second, then we're gonna have hands for Marques Houston. I'll be like, you can't hit me up, be like, I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, let me know you living. I'm up here in Oregon.
Let me ask you this: Do you think you know the whole story?
Ain't no way.
Of course not.
If Chris Stokes is involved, if Chris Stokes' name even came out remotely, there's more to this story that we don't know. And we ain't gonna know it for a couple of years.
Quite possibly, huh?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
As soon as they said Christos, I was like, oh, well, this shit is horrible.
It ain't looking good for your boy, is all I'm saying. It ain't looking good for Marcus because he out here trying to hit all the press outlets. Like, I didn't know she ran away. I didn't know. I didn't know she was legal.
Done better. Marques Houston would have done better not saying nothing to nobody. You understand?
Yep.
He would have done better just not saying nothing to nobody because she wants to be a musician. He would have just supported her musician career. You know what I'm saying? And then when she got around 26 and 27, it would have came out they've been married. You know what I mean? The whole nine. Like that probably would have been the best. Like this whole let me get out in front of it, tell everybody everything is okay. I'm not a dirty old man. Teaching he's trying to do.
Right.
Yeah, you are.
We in that surviving our set.
Nah, Batman. I remember you, Batman. Nah, we was like,
hey yo. hey yo. I wanna say this real quick. MRK. Me and MRK had a conversation in the gym one time. And it pretty much breaks down to what we talking about with this dude. MRK was like, yo, man, you know, you have to have a certain like vein in your body to where you just don't you don't lust after girls that are that young when you start getting older. It's about maturation,
maturity.
And stuff. Yeah. So like I said, we've been talking about the father and this and that and all that stuff. But you're right, man. Like Willie, man, like straight up, like you right, like, and all us agree with this. Like, it's like, are you serious? You with my daughter, and then she,
yeah, that's really sick, bro.
She disappears. She disappears after 2 years, and then okay now, we gotta do something to you, bro.
Right.
We gotta do something.
We were going to back. I would come out.
We gotta do something to you, bro.
I wouldn't come out of that room until I had all the answers. Right?
Yeah.
How they met, they first did.
Straight up, man.
I would know everything when me and Marcus came out of that room, bro.
Yo. And
see, we're about to have an impromptu family reunion. Like every member of the family's gonna be in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah. And Willie, like you say, your wife was like a year younger. Your wife was a year younger. Like, we gonna be together. Man, that's a beautiful motherfucking thing. I wish I can come. I'll sing whenever y'all renew y'all vows. I'm singing a damn song for you, dog. That's a beautiful.
Don't get it twisted though. Don't get it twisted. When we were dating, when she was 17 and I was 19, don't think I wasn't scared. Like at any moment, motherfucker can pull up and get my ass on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in public, we was the most man holding. We ain't doing nothing vulgar. Like ain't nobody trying. Like I ain't not.
Yeah,
like I love you, but people ain't gonna understand.
So let me ask you this, because the reason why I brought it up was not to solidify the decision.
No,
I was saying,
I know.
Like, at 18 years,
sure.
at 18 years old, I wouldn't think somebody would have the capacity, but you obviously did. Like you guys obviously were I gotta say you guys were the outliers. Like that's not normal, right? Like you guys, there was just something specific about you guys, the situation that made that work. It's just that's not something you hear often. You know what I'm saying? I don't know many people from that time in my life, period, much less have a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the fact that you guys would be able to see each other that young and say, you know what? You know that forever thing, me and you. You know what I mean? That's different. That's
dope.
You know what I'm saying? So I think about that at that age.
And that's something that I didn't think it was unbelievable, but like seeing you and your wife, because like I said, we pretty much just met, Matt. We just pretty much met. I met Black Makk, a few years back. But it's like to see those pictures, bro.
Yeah.
and see y'all, and I was like, oh shit, like yo, that's some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? That to see y'all,
it is. It really is.
Yeah, man, and
yo,
like,
it's man.
Some earlier joints that got me looking real corny though.
Yeah. That shit. Hey, and look, and it takes me back. It takes me back to where you did that podcast where you were saying that you was getting into some trouble. That podcast you was talking about the preacher and how his views on Facebook and all that stuff. And you like they still accepted me.
Yeah.
I was like, nah. I said, nah, this is motherfucking 4-star general talking shit. Now I'm like, oh shit. Oh, I see the picture now. Yeah, you was wild out in that motherfucker back in the day. Goddamn it. Yo, you had that look, bro. You had that look, bro.
The only reason I'm wearing red is because she wanted to wear red in that picture, right? And at that time, I'm in the streets, running with people claiming I was a Crip. So that was like blasphemous for me to do that. And she the one that you know what I'm saying?
You was in North Carolina too, right?
Nah, this was in San Diego, man. That's where I met her at San Diego. My dad was stationed out that way.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, man. That's a happy ending right there.
All right. So real quick, that one. I'm just saying Marcus looks suspect. And like my man Mark said,
yes,
we're gonna be in that room. We're gonna have to get some Uber Eats because ain't nobody leaving this motherfucker for a minute till I get the answers I need.
Yes.
Every answer.
Yeah.
But before we move on to the next topic, now that we got
immature.
Man is immature.
So T.Mo gonna be quiet the whole time. He had that one ready. He was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna kill him with this one."
Nah, man.
Hey, he immature though.
I'm just speaking my mind. My man is immature.
So we got and Mark.
All about understanding. That's
Oh man.
When he was making them hit, she wasn't even born. She was probably conceived from his
Hell
shit.
no, she wasn't even thought of.
Terrible,
she wasn't even thought of in House
No, I'm
Party
saying,
3. Bruh, she was not thought of in House Party 3.
You said House Party 3?
IMX had some shit. You know what I'm saying? They were still making records in the early 2000s when she was born.
But let me ask y'all.
She could be like,
let me ask y'all.
Okay, this her. You're the reason I exist.
I gotta ask the question because I see the comparison to R.Kelly. Now we know a lot more about R.Kelly's story, right? Like we are armed with lots of information when it comes to R.Kelly. With Marques Houston, we got a little bit, but not so much. So is it
You have to film. You can't film it.
Is it a stretch to say like R.Kelly because of the because let me ask, like if you got isn't a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old or 13-year-old different? Is that different? Is it?
According to California.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying what we comparing it to. I'm saying they both bad. I'm just saying that is it different? Like, is it different?
Now, I don't want to say he's R.Kelly level because R.Kelly was a villain. He's a goddamn.
I don't think it's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
ahead, T.Mo.
I think it's all the same.
I mean, Marques Houston ain't out here calling himself the Pied Piper either. You know what I mean? Like,
he might be doing that in private.
And it would be interesting if now, like, say for instance, coming out, like if more young girls start coming out. What do you think?
Hey, Makk, man, you wild,
bro. You know what? I think Marcus sat back and he watched all the shit happen. And he was like, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Like he watching Lifetime Surviving R.Kelly, he taking notes like what I cannot do, what we cannot let out, what we can. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But that's bold,
like,
though.
hey, girl.
That's so bold. Like to even do that with Surviving R. Kelly just in the wings for R&B singers. Like you can't even approach that situation. Yeah. Like it's kind of hard to say I don't believe him because he has the knowledge of the R. Kelly shit to equip himself with. You know what I mean? It's hard to say like he ain't that stupid, but then again, he might be. Who knows?
Yo, family. Yo, I have some exclusive shit that I can say right here, but I don't think it needs to be said. But I'll say this right here. Do y'all remember when Brandy said her first date was Kobe Bryant, right? That was put in the y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Her
But they were both in high school though, fam.
Yep.
Yeah, they were though. Kobe was 17 when he first cracked the league. He was 17. Okay. He was a minor.
Okay. It was like I'm saying, but I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that she was saying that was her first date and that she's ever been with, a date and all that stuff, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not to go into too much. I was actually on tour with my my singing group, my acapella, and we was going across the country. We were singing background all over the country, man. San Diego, Beacon Theater, blah blah blah. I was on the tour bus where the person that was connected to Brandy, his son was her boyfriend. And this is when this is real shit, man. Don't think that I'm just he really fucking up now. No, it ain't that. Real talk. I was on the bus. I'm serious. I was on the tour bus, man, and the dude was like, and y'all seen this dude before too, because he played in a serious series that was based on the Jackson family, and he was like, yo, this is Brandy. She has the #1 single in the country right now. I Want to Be Down. Blah blah blah. Oh, okay. And but in saying that, Kobe was not her first date. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So
when she said she was married to the guy and she wasn't. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole
right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like when people like they saying certain things and they make it up. Like no, you're doing a little bit more than what you're saying. And that tripped me out.
Sure.
That tripped me out.
My problem with Mark is any man that age,
man,
that young, is that listen, man. Like I get that she's attractive and all that. Like I get that, but you know you wrong, bro. Like come on, man. Like you know you
wrong.
Bro. Mentally
totally wrong.
There, bro. Like you exploiting this young lady, man. Come on, bro. Like
definitely.
Young lady, man. She don't know no better, bro. She wants to be an R&B star. And here you are. I mean, the same thing happened with R. Kelly. A lot of the girls thought he was going to get deals, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of kind of way. All thought they was the only one. This, that, and the third. And and here you are, bro. She's like, whatever. You know what I mean? You're gonna help me get to where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad situation, bro, because he's like robbing her of her youth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're one of your most possessions in life is the exuberance and youthfulness of that age span. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you go get it. You know what I mean? Your late teens, your 20s, like that's like he's robbing her of the opportunity to use that energy and you know what I mean, to go out in the world and like he's keeping her from that. That's bullshit, man. Like maybe that girl go live her life. You gonna help her. You know what I'm saying? And move out the way, bro. Like you fucking tripping.
Right.
Like I get what you thought. If you married her, it was gonna be better. Like we was gonna find out you was hitting that, so you figured I'll marry her, and then it'd be like, Elvis
They're gonna be divorced next year.
That's right. That's right. Mark, you about to say something about Elvis. You about to say about Elvis.
I'm saying, right. Elvis did. I mean, okay. Well, I mean, that was in the 70s, and Elvis was white and
terrible.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go back into the 1800s, the age of consent was 12. You know what I'm saying? Like it really was. You know what I mean? Once upon a time, the age of was not even a teenager, bro. You know what I mean? So you can't do
terrible,
that,
man.
Yeah, you
terrible,
can't
man.
say because such and such did it. Is cool, like you know what I mean. She is of age.
Yeah, but back then, like the purpose was just get married, have a whole bunch of kids, and just be a housewife. That was it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't that much expectation.
Terrible, man. Terrible, man.
Man, that shit is sick, bro.
Yeah, it is.
So everybody,
for
the record, everybody here got a problem with Marcus, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that the only way I let Marques Houston go is if I see her. I need to see a male representative in her family, right? In a room by himself with Marques Houston with his camera phone going live on social media, and he told me it's cool. You know what I mean? Like I gotta see that. I gotta see the man that I gotta see him in that room by himself with his phone on his social media. You know what I'm saying? Saying it's cool. I talked to him, understand what's going on. We had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Like anything short of that.
So you ain't believing it. So before we ask you and T.Mo about episode 3, Mark, the only thing, like, you ain't believing nothing he can do interview with Gayle King and all these other people. You ain't gonna believe nothing until you see video.
Marques Houston, he was 5 years old, bro.
He said Gayle King.
You know what this is. You know what this is.
Gayle gonna throw that nigga under the bus.
He a pro.
Yo,
he need to be there. He know. Here's my litmus test. Marcus, if you had a daughter who was 18, who ran away, you haven't seen her for 3 years, she pops up saying, I'm engaged to X and X dude, 20 years older. Is Marcus gonna be cool with?
No,
you got to look at your own situation. Like,
that's
first and foremost, the parent I am, I'm gonna beat the shit out of my daughter if she pops up after 3 years, just off principle. Like, my thought he was dead. You know what I had to deal with for the last 3 years? I'm about to beat your motherfucking ass. What the fuck? Where the fuck you been?
Yo,
your mom over here crying and shit, talking about I'm left, man. I'm about to punch you in the motherfucking face.
Man,
and first, who the fuck you been with?
They didn't have the
everybody involved in this situation has
yeah, because it's like all these of age women out this motherfucker, and you fucking with my 17-year-old. Get the fuck out of here! I'll kill your motherfucking ass, dude.
I would have to.
Shit,
bro. The cash app would have to bring off.
God damn.
The cash app. I would have to. I would need the cash app to bring. That way, I don't die as soon as I see him. At least the cash app would make me listen to him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Like, for real, man.
You got 10 seconds.
I'd have to pull up. I'd be riding my hand like this. I'm with the phone in my hand, and I look. Oh no, it's on. You know, I see him, I'm just laughing on him. You know what I'm saying? If the cash app go up, I might stay 6 feet away. You know what I'm saying? And see what he's talking about.
Yo, Makk. I want to say this again, man. What Mark?
Go ahead.
What Mark said, man, like really resonated to me. Like back in the day to now, it's like you have to like grow and mature to be like, Oh, I don't feel that way towards that. Like you should be like, oh, I don't want to be feeling that way. And then for somebody like 20 years old, man, like no, don't do it, man. You shouldn't want to do it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't want to do it.
Well, there's a filter, right? Like there's a filter in everybody's brains. Like there's like, oh wow, she's attractive. She looks kind of young, and the filter clicks in. It's like, well,
exactly.
Right.
Let me
exactly.
Hey, a little further. Let me invest.
Yeah. Let me get my mind right.
And if I don't know, it's just it. That's over. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't nothing. It's just something that naturally happens inside of your brain.
Yeah. You know, or motherfucker talking about I'm the Pied Piper. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Are you serious?
R.Kelly told us what he was, and he told us what he did, and that he got that shit off, and that shit was sick, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Listening to all that music now, I'm like, wow.
I know, and it's so unfortunate because a seriously talented motherfucker, man.
All right, so leaving that horrible topic, let's get us some good shit. So I told you when we were bringing in the episode, we got my man Mark and my man T.Mo Music here, and the reason we have him here is to talk to him a little about your newest project, the 40-year-old rapper, episode 3. Now, I already talked to Mark about episode 1 and 2 on my other podcast. I said what I said, and he's already done interviews, him and T.Mo, with both Black and E.Smitty on the Den. Or actually, I think it was Real Food that y'all appeared. Hopefully, I can get them on both of them together.
Before we do that, I gotta acknowledge my man E.Smitty. Before episode 3, my man E.Smitty dropped Dat Feeling's first project on Audio Swim, which is a great platform. So he dropped his project Before You Get Home, dropped on Audio Swim. So go check that album out. It is a great R&B album. So I want to acknowledge that. I want to acknowledge that too, because he's here. So go listen to the brother's album. It is a very fucking dope album. I still bump this album. So
appreciate that. Thank you.
True.
Thank you.
So we got them here. They made time out of the day. So episode 3, my guys.
Yeah.
If you guys have been listening or listening to episode 1 and 2, this is for Mark. A lot of rapping. Episode 1, bars. Episode 2, bars. There's a couple, I don't want to say you got into your Drake, but the more R&B side of you came out. This album here, you went. This one was R&B, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a nice R&B, nice feel good music, man. And I know you was talking to Smitty on his joint. The beats took you where it went,
right?
But obviously you didn't fight the beats. Like you didn't fight for more beats to the spit bars. You were just like I'm gonna let these people know my full circle capabilities as an artist. So talk to me about that real quick.
Well, if you remember back when we talked about episode 1, we were talking about what else was coming during the year. I have been saying one of my points here was to show the full range of what I can do musically, right? Like, and this was one of the colors. And luckily for me, T.Mo doesn't produce music in packs, right? Like he produces from vibe, right? So everything's a vibe. So the entire project, the whole vibe of it was created by him. You know what I mean? It was like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm on. Match my vibe. That really is what it was. Yo, match my vibe. This is what I hear you doing, fam. This is what I hear. Yo, check your email. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was that simple. I didn't say, T.Mo, I want to be singing, bro. Like, I didn't say that. It was like, that's
give me some lady.
Yeah. You have to ask him. You have to ask him about, like his vibe, like why that vibe.
Yeah. So T.Mo, what made you, I guess, because as a producer, I'm assuming you got, beats on deck, beats that you worked on in the past and stuff you just have. What made you send this collection of beats to him? Is this more of what you was feeling, what you felt? Or were you just trying to help him reach his goal of showing and displaying all his artistic abilities?
Well, I knew he had the abilities already, just based off of the few records that we did prior to this. I just felt like making some dope ass feel good music, man. Because this kind of shit lasts. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of bullshit going on in America right now, and people need to feel good. People been locked up for months in their houses. Some are still not able to go anywhere. So I think it's a good tool. It's a good tool for mental health and well-being. And I think that we made a pretty important EP, man. I think that you can look back on this,
y'all definitely
3 to 5
did.
years, 10 years from now, and still rock out to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Incredible.
weddings,
Definitely did.
like weddings. Yeah, man. Like straight up. So I'm proud of it, man. I appreciate working with him. So it was definitely a good look for the both of us. Something different, you know what I'm saying? Something different to have under our belts, for sure. And I look forward to making some more different sound shit. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt. Now I want to ask this question. I want to ask this question to MRK because I've had a little bit of time to digest the album, and in comparison, so it seems like you're on a trip from volumes 1 to volumes 3. Like you eventually morphed into what volume 3 was. But if you listen to volumes 1 through 3 consecutively, it feels like you were heading down this road anyway. Was that the plan, or did it just happen organically?
Well, I'm taking you on an honest trip of how my process evolved, right? So yeah,
right.
The answer is yeah. You know what I mean? What I did this year was I did not stand in my way. I didn't say, man, I'm not gonna do that because they're gonna be thinking I'm trying to be a singer. Like I didn't do that. I said, well, shit. I mean, it is what it is. You know,
right.
I didn't mean to do an R&B album. I didn't mean to. It's just that's what the music said.
What was happening at the time.
Yeah, that's what was happening. You know what I mean? And so and again, T.Mo, his music has so many colors to it that it demands you be a songwriter. Like it demands that you approach it from a songwriter's perspective. And what I mean by that is like, it's not necessarily like, well, personal. Like I wasn't trying to inject any sort of personal agenda, right? I wasn't trying to give any points to the listener. I wasn't trying to make you think something or bar you up. You know what I mean? To make you like, nah. It's like it was match the vibe, yo. Match the vibe. The vibe is sing and shit. I'm about to sing. And y'all should have seen me. Man, I'm about to bust a damn vein in my forehead trying to get some of these notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But it was necessary. You know what I mean? Like
dropped out.
I wanna interject real quick, man, and say that I'm gonna tell you something that really like made me feel like incredibly good, man. Seeing Makk, aka your boy, Black Makk, and seeing them, man, like how y'all was making them videos, man, how y'all was jamming. I said like this is squad. This is squad like jamming to squad. Jamming the squad music, man. That shit right there makes me feel, because we want millions to vibe with us, but the squad got to love what we do too, man. And to see y'all jamming, like I was jamming there. I didn't record my stuff, but I was like, shit, this shit right here is like real, like incredible, man. That shit made me feel so good, man. Cause y'all have an incredible piece of work, man. For real. For real,
Y'all
for real.
do. Y'all really do. Y'all really
Real
do.
talk. Real talk. Real talk.
My shit is the Zaddy song. I don't know why the fuck I love
Man,
that
that's
song
Zaddy's,
so
man.
much.
That's Zaddy. That's
That
Zaddy's
Zaddy
crazy,
song
man.
is like that shit come on. Like I be up in the car going
I
ape
love
shit.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I don't
man.
even
That's
record
Zaddy,
myself, but when that shit comes on, I'll be like, oh, that's my shit.
That's Zaddy's boy. That's
You
Zaddy's
gonna
off
see
the
different
chain,
shit
man.
if I record myself with the Zaddy song.
I
That
love
shit
that
goes
Zaddy song, man. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's funny because like when I hear the album, I think of many different producers. You know what I mean? Like I can hear a song, it's crazy. I can think of many different producers, and then the back of my mind tells me T.Mo made this whole shit. So it makes me say, like, what were you thinking when you made something like a Zaddy song? Or what were you thinking when you made something like a Pillow? Because these are incredibly abstract types of tracks that you wouldn't normally think the vibe to. You know what I mean? But I guess the combination of you two made this shit a vibe. And it worked out perfectly. So what was your thought process like? Were you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just throw the beat out, or this is my idea and I'm just gonna work with it? Or did you have some type of process with it? This is for T.Mo.
You your mic off, bro.
I said you gotta season your steak properly. That makes sense. You gotta season it properly. You gotta cook it just right to enjoy it. So I treat music the same way.
Okay. That's a damn good answer. That's a damn good answer. So you and that it works out well because you are calculated, and MRK was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go with the flow. And then you have like it's a yin and yang type of album that just flows very perfectly. It's evil genius shit. You know what I mean? In a grand scheme of things, it's very. I'm envious. Like I'm very envious of how this album came together because I'm trying to make one of myself, and I'm like, I'm constantly trying to create ideas, and then I'll shoot some shit to MRK, and he's like, do this. I'm like, how the fuck didn't I think of that? So it's cool to see two of you can do this shit together. It really is.
Oh,
it's really
man.
cool.
Hey man,
That's some really cool shit.
That was a sensei, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me put it to you like this. All right, so let's say you ever seen like say you teach two totally different classes, right? And then they want to do a demonstration for the class. And so they turn to each other and they start showing shit to the class. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like shit.
Right.
That's done. You know what I mean? Like that's really all. Man, he's a boss. He's a sensei, man. But I'm a sensei too. You know what I mean? So we just got together, man, and did some shit, and it came out the way it was supposed to. You see what I'm saying? Like I would be embarrassed if it didn't. Like if it wasn't great, I'd be embarrassed. Listen, man, I've been a fan of T.Mo, man, since the mid 2000s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been a fan of what he does with beats forever, you know, but it never made sense until now to do something. That's what I love most about it. Is that I've known he was great, and now I get to show the world how great my guy is. I get to be on interviews and say, man, I've been a fan of this dude, man, forever. And I do a project for me. Shit, that's a feather in my hat. You dig? Like, thank you. You know, I get to, man, I'm on a lot of different types of stages. Like I'm in front of a lot of different kind of people, and so for me to also have that in my catalog to pull from, if I need it, is a really big deal. Anybody that's performed it, you know, Makk, like anybody that's performed in front of different crowds, a lot of times you want to call audibles. You like, man, I was but nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do this one. You know what I mean? And it work also. Come on, man. Like, bro, it's like, man, I'm about to kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's some kids. Hey, pull up, get over yourself, man. I got it, man. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Very,
Definitely.
beautiful thing.
This one, T.Mo. I know you don't have a lot of time left, T.Mo, to bounce, but something that you said when you were talking to Smitty on Real Food is you're like, it's a fine line between like having a dope beat, a nice concept, and it being corny, right? So how do you? Where's your I guess your limit, or what triggers you to be like, nah, this ain't it. You know, it's too many. This beat is too abstract. You know, I don't want to sound too corny on this one, or you know what I'm saying. So how do you find that balance?
There needs to be some authenticity in it that represents you and what you stand for. And that's for anything that you do. Like you can make a corny beat, but you got to add yourself in the mix, and then that'll separate the corniness versus okay, this shit is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you guys were kind of using the Neptunes as an example, right? Like they have some classic, well-known into the hip hop Hall of Fame, pop Hall of Fame type beats. But then, like, if they have to produce a full album, there are a couple tracks on fully produced Neptune albums where you're just like, yo, this sounds like a throwaway beat that they just gave this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you guys went, you T.Mo specifically, because Mark said, you know, he just reacted to the energy you was giving in the beats. It was like spot on. For exactly, you said you wanted to make a feel good album, a feel good project for what's going through. And I know, Mark, you ain't a big fan of summertime songs. You know what I'm saying? You don't like the feel and stuff.
Yeah, for real.
The beats came and they told you, hey, this is the summertime feel good song. You gave it that summertime feel good energy.
Like, get over yourself.
How does it feel? That
as much as you don't want that to be a summertime joint, that shit is a summertime joint.
No. I like summertime. I like songs. I like songs about the summertime.
Oh.
I don't like that, man. You know, I don't like reminiscing back in the day in summertime songs. Like I don't like, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like holiday music. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's good for a second, but then turn that shit off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want. The only song that ever really worked like that was "Summertime" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, and I think they pretty much closed the door behind them on that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
really,
pretty much.
People have tried. You know, there's been, you know, probably the closest one since DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. The closest song for the summertime, and they're not even talking about the summertime, is probably Katy Perry, "California Girls." It's probably like since to now. Like that's the only song that I know that works as well. Everybody's having a good time. Look at my bathing suit. Look at my this, my that. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know. Well, I also don't like songs that talk about rocking the party. I don't like rocking party songs either. You know what I mean? Hey, that shit.
Or up in the club.
Yeah. We're in the club. Look at us party. Put your hands up to the party. And Mr. DJ, party.
with song, put your hands up, put your left hand up, put your right hand up.
Yeah, pump it up.
Bro, I don't even like when I'm performing. I don't even say put it on. Like I don't like that shit is so wild to me. You know what I mean? You guys ready to party?
Yeah.
That shit is mad funny.
But who was that? Was that John Rule? Was that the John Rule at the halftime show?
Who's ready to party?
Are you ready?
I guess not.
Hey, party people.
Are you ready? I guess not.
T.Mo, it's time to party.
Yeah, that's
T.Mo,
shit. That's no good.
T.Mo, Turn my shit up.
You know what I mean? It's for somebody, but it's not for me. You know.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I know you gotta go, T.Mo. You got anything you want to say before you bounce?
Man, just shout out to everyone who listened to the EP. Shout out to everyone that's supporting it. We got more stuff coming your way, so just be patient. You know what I'm saying? And remember, take life one day at a time. You know, tell people you love them. Pretty much hit up your happy friend because your happy friend could be depressed.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's about it.
Facts.
That's about it.
One last
Hey, yo,
question.
tell them where they can find you.
That's dope. That's dope right there.
You can find it on
One
Spotify,
last
Apple
question.
Music, Tidal, all that. So,
Dope. One last question, T.Mo.
Very dope.
Are you coming to Dayton?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you this shit.
It's not looking
Yes,
good.
sir.
Man. It's not looking good.
Come on,
I'm
man.
gonna ask you this shit until it's a yes. We need you in Dayton because
Yes, we
what
do.
needs to happen. What definitely needs to happen is you and Clint fucking Taylor need to meet each other in person, and I need to be there.
And
So
110.
whatever. Huh? Say what?
It's happening. Never say never. Never say never.
Bet.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
We gonna meet up. We all gonna meet up somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
The whole crew gonna be somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
better.
Yes, sir. You're right about that.
Bro.
You're right about
Somewhere
Yeah,
overseas,
man.
you know, depending, you know what I'm saying? We got big things happening, son. Big things.
Yeah, straight up.
All right, man.
Straight up, man.
Hey, I appreciate you joining us, T.Mo. I know you're busy, dude. Appreciate you about an hour, some change of your time. Again, follow my man on Spotify. He on IG, T.Mo_music, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for
God
rocking
bless
with
y'all,
us.
man. God bless y'all. For sure.
You too, bro.
You listening to
Cool,
that, Mark?
man. It's a cool ass dude.
Uh-huh. Super cool.
Cool. Hey, you hear it? You hear it? Hey, you want to know something before we get into our next subject?
What up?
Two albums came out recently that people are trying to get me to listen to. The new Nas and I know Big Sean dropped today.
Big
But
shout out.
the last, and I heard great things about it, but I haven't fucked with it yet because I'm still fucking with, you know, episode 3 and shit. You know what I'm saying? That like that shit's been constant rotation and shit. So
As you were. I love.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like motherfuckers is gonna understand.
Shit.
Motherfuckers gonna understand how dope this project is. Like, if I gotta record myself dancing to every motherfucking thing, y'all gonna hear this shit because it needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Nice, nice.
Anyway, hey, you gotta be somewhere, Mark, or you can chill for the next topic real quick.
I hang around for a second. I gotta finish. I've been paid to do some work here. But I hang out for a little bit. But I will have to go soon.
Bet.
All right. Well, since you got to bounce soon, just let me ask. We'll set the table like this.
Okay.
Is there ever a situation where you see yourself actually considering being on Dancing with the Stars?
You know what? That shit, bro.
Go ahead. What?
I would do it. It's fun. It's just living, man. Like I would do it, man, for the
You
good
cut that
time.
shit out?
Fuck it, man. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about being uncomfortable and seeing how far I can push myself to do certain things. Like I would be interested in knowing if I could do that. Like I'm curious to know like what that would be like. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Listen, man, the career's over, bro. Ain't nobody buying the music no more. Shit ain't popping. Hey, man, Dancing with the Stars it is, bro. Like, let's get it, man.
Let me get in here real quick.
Let's go, man. Before I get out of
It's
here.
funny you say that. It's funny you say that because there's an individual on this year's cast who falls in that category of nobody buying their music no more.
Who's that?
So we're gonna talk about Dance with the Stars lineup. Should some of the dancers be embarrassed?
Okay.
And this is just getting opinion. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me get the share screen going real quick. But there's one in particular I want to talk about, who was like, what, about 20 years ago on top of the music world, I would say. Our good friend of the podcast, Nelly, right? If you listen, we fucks with you, Nelly.
Yeah.
You fan here. But pop up.
Carol Baskin.
Anybody know what his latest hit is? Okay.
Yeah,
so the homegirl Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin is leading the charge. I guess headlining the cast of dancers, because everybody know about her, how she's under investigation for killing her husband and stuff. But she want to get up and doing shit, so let her live her life. They all talk about hot hair rapper Nelly. Dude from you got Vernon Davis, retired NFL tight end on here.
Customary
from Backstreet Boys. Young Jeezy's wife, Jenny May, I don't know. Charles Oakley. Who?
Jenny May.
Jenny May? Yeah, she hosts the show. The Real. Yeah, but her and Jenny married, bro.
Oh, my man from Catfish gonna be on there. Nev.
Yeah, Need. I love Need.
Yep. Yeah. Catfish on there. And then you got old buddy ice skater Johnny Weir. So the reason I asked, should people feel embarrassed, and I ain't trying to super clown people, because they successful, they did their thing, and like you said, they live in life. Let me just go out here and cut a rug, maybe get my career back up, get some shine a little bit. But I'm just saying, it's something when you portray that image like Nelly did. Like, I'm out here in the streets, Saint lunatics, we running shit, and now he about to be up there cha-chaing and tangoing and shit. Do you feel it's something like that they need to be doing? Do you think it's like they hit a point where they're like, bro, shit is slow? Like, your agent comes to you like, bro, there's always Dancing with the Stars, or shit like that, like Mask, or there used to be another celebrity show like that. But like, when it comes to that point, are you just like at what level does pride kick in when you're just like, nah, man, I'm cool?
I think when them bills, I think when you're looking at that budget house for the house, and somebody said, they say you could do such and such, and usually after this, people X, Y, and Z. I think you get to looking at that shit, man. You be like, hey. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, man, I've been known there to tip roll of my time, man. You know what I'm saying? I cabbage patch with the best of it, man. I got a little Charleston in me, man. I figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They say 15 grand episode, huh? I mean,
you gotta make it though. You gotta make it. You gotta make it through.
Is that true?
15 grand. 15 grand. Yeah.
Listen, man.
Wow.
Oh,
bro. I know that. I just thought you get the money at the end. I thought you had to win to get it.
No, you get paid per episode. That's why it's signed on. You get paid per episode.
Because I'm like,
but you gotta make it. Like, do we honestly say, are we gonna say Nelly can tango? Like, if they say, Nelly, we need y'all to do this tango routine with such and such dancer, you think Nelly gonna nail that shit?
Yeah, Dirty Mo gonna put them tight ass pants on and he gonna get out there. You gonna get out there shaking
I'm
ass.
down to get you.
With the tassel on the side of them motherfuckers.
You gonna be out there some tight ass rayon pants. Y'all get ready. With a colorful silk shirt tucked in.
Nah, he gonna try and be cool. He gonna try and be try and wear some vocal shit, some shiny ass vocal fans.
Hey, he got muscles, so he gonna look funny as hell. Like you know how this goes. Look funny as hell. You know how this goes. You know muscle dudes.
He was good, man. Y'all killing me, man.
They been like, they gonna tell you what leg.
Hey, yo, man, I gotta get up in the morning, man. Y'all killing me, dog.
I gotta go.
Y'all killing me, dog. Oh my god, man, I love this, man.
I had no idea they got paid per episode. I'm thinking like y'all ain't gonna make it to the end. But if all I gotta be the second worst, not get voted off and get 15 G's an episode,
hell yeah,
bruh.
I mean,
it's in the contract.
You're like, hey, T.Mo, turn that Zaddy shit up.
About doing some tight ass dress clothes, bro. That's it.
Oh man, yo,
Bro,
yo.
he got the all of this on the side.
All of the
Like,
Walking around looking like a damn military training instructor and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Hey, yo, smoke.
You kicked it with a Smitty. Hey, yo,
man, smoke pit, man. Yo, I love y'all, man. Y'all family, man. I love y'all. I love y'all, man. Yo,
just wait until Dayton. This shit's about to be crazy.
Oh man, I'm so like, man, I'm over the top, like thankful, man, that we did this, man. Like I really love y'all, bro, and I'm gonna get my ass up in the morning, man. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna get up on a high. I'm gonna get up on a high, like yo, this shit was beautiful right here, man. Yo, y'all killed me. And I'm hungry as a motherfucker right now too. Y'all killed me this last shit. Damn fucking Mark, y'all, all y'all, man, I love y'all, bro. I love y'all, bro. Straight up.
Alrighty.
And I'm out,
you too, man.
Yes, sir. And I'm out of this. And I'm out of this piece.
Hey, man, I gotta go, man. I don't want to go.
Okay.
Peace, man.
Peace.
All right, fam. All right, shit, man. That shit was good, man. I love fucking with him. All right. So I know what most of y'all came here for, and we gonna get to it. Let's talk about not worst superhero. We talking about the best superhero. Let me go ahead and fix this shit up.
Let's do it. Let's get right into the motherfucking shit.
So before we do that, how did you feel? Because I know you was kind of watching the polls throughout the week. What's your confidence level in the group this week based on what they was trying to do last week with the worst?
Motherfucking
zero. Zero, huh? All right. So if y'all are watching, go ahead and reshare this and let people know we getting into the bracket. Because I know a lot of people tune in, think we jumping right into the bracket, but we not. So I just may reshare it myself. But if you are watching, feel free to reshare this and let people know we about to get into the superhero bracket.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Which is what I'm doing.
There's a couple times in this bracket that I said, I'm done.
It was over.
It was over.
It was over. It was going to be gone, man. Like, I haven't been that stressed since the 2016 election, bro. I was like, y'all really going to let this shit happen? Y'all really going to let this shit happen? I was going to be mad. I was going to Early in one poll, I was just shaking my head. I was like, here it is. Here's the bullshit. And then like when I saw the final tally, I was like, fuck this group. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
I can't do this shit no more.
So for y'all who have been group, I asked a question probably about a month and a half ago, 5 best superhero movies. And from that, I came up with this seating list. So right off the bat, let me tell you the names of the movies who were already guaranteed a spot in the best superhero bracket. So The Dark Knight was the 1 seed, right? Yep. Black Panther was the 2 seed. Winter Soldier was the 3 seed. Or actually, Deadpool was the 3 seed. Winter Soldier was the 4th seed, right? We also had Watchmen that was automatically in there. Blade, Avengers Endgame, and Thor Ragnarok. Those movies were automatically thrown into the bracket based on the number of votes they got.
Yeah.
And then based on the odd number of movies and all that, we had some playing rounds. So the first one I want to talk about is Batman, the OG Batman 89 versus Deadpool 2. The group moved the OG Batman on 33 votes to 20. So Deadpool 2 did not advance. How you feel about that one? You agree?
I agree with that one because I thought OG Batman was good. And this is about the extent of my confidence in this group. I think my confidence leaves hereafter.
I fucks with it. Because outside of OG Superman, Batman 89 kind of showed Hollywood that superhero movies could be profitable and shit, right? Because there's a string of movies between Superman 1978 and Batman 1989 that they tried to make that were not good. And they were just like, well, fuck it, this don't work. So I agree. Batman should have moved on. Next up, we had Logan going up against Wonder Woman. The group moved Logan on 50 votes to 12. How did you feel about that?
Wait, which one was that?
Logan and Wonder Woman.
I thought that was a little the gap was a little bit wide because Wonder Woman is a great movie. But I agree.
Now this is the one where we're like, if the gap is big, normally I'd be like, that's disrespectful. But I mean, I think some of the people who voted for Logan, they actually do appreciate Wonder Woman, but only, you know what I'm saying? Like the vote is like yes or no.
I can see that too. I can see that too. I just thought the gap was a little bit wide. I was like, I think that should be closer. But
so Gal was like, I was looking at that and I was like, I could go either way, but finally seeing a rated R Wolverine being able to like kill people and legit a claw his head. Everybody was frozen and he was fighting through the fucking brain aneurysm Professor X had. It was just stabbing people in the head on the way to get Professor. I was like, Wolverine, this is the shit I should have been seeing when he was in his prime. But now I'm seeing it now when he's old and about to die now.
X2.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should have.
So the next play-in is Guardians of the Galaxy versus Blade 2. The group moved on Guardians of the Galaxy, 49 votes to Blade 2's 5.
Now that was kind of disrespectful because Blade 2 was a great movie. That was low key. That was disrespectful.
You know what? On my bracket, I actually moved on Guardians. I know what y'all were thinking. I know what y'all motherfuckers were thinking. Like, Willie gonna come in here right off the bat.
He gonna get rid of Guardians in the first round.
And you know, if it was a stronger, like if that was the OG Blade, oh yeah, I would have been like,
OG Blade. I would have voted. I would have voted OG Blade against Guardians.
Yep.
But you will see. With my bracket.
Okay. But I moved Guardians on. I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? I just don't hate movies just because of one person. I lie. I do. But this, I was going to be real on this shit. And I was like, okay, Guardians can move on. Shit. You know, whatever. So it moved on. You know, no big deal.
It is what it is.
I ain't tripping.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you know, I ain't going to cry. I ain't going to cry about it. So that moved on. The next one we had is Captain America Civil War, and The Outlier Super, which is, I guess, I didn't watch the movie. I looked up a little bit about it. It was like a dude who was wanting to be a superhero or something. Came out in 2010. It only got 2 votes. Civil War got 58, and I saw that shit coming from the jump. I was just like, Civil War about to run over this shit. So,
oh yeah,
I know myself. I moved Civil War. Yeah, it ain't nothing. So now the group's bracket kind of mirrors mine. So they had Dark Knight going up against OG Batman. They moved Dark Knight on 47 votes to Batman's 8 votes. I agree with that. What about you?
I agreed. I agreed with it.
Yeah. All right. So now we move on to Logan and Watchmen. Watchmen was one of those bye-week ones. I watched Watchmen. I enjoyed the dark, gritty kind of, atmosphere it set. I wasn't familiar with the graphic novel. I will say this. I fucked up by going to see it in IMAX because I had no idea that they was just going to let Dr. Manhattan walk around with his dick out.
His dick swinging
in
out.
Pure IMAX. Oh my God, dog. I could not. You could close your eyes and still see it in IMAX, bro. Like the screen was so big. I was like, man, I'm just sitting there, just like.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm like, why is this dude? Man can't materialize. Like, how powerful are you when you just like, I'm going out here naked. Fuck it. I'm just like, and it wasn't like a quick scene. It was like he was walking slow motion.
No, it was like a slow mo.
Just like
it was like slow mo. He's like, "Here's my dick," and die, Vietnamese people. It's like, damn.
Zap. Be like, man, I just got killed by this dude with his dick out. You know what I'm saying?
With his dick out, blue dick just swinging. How did you die?
Second.
Blue balls.
Second, blue balls. Second, the dude doing the CGI for that. What kind of fucking physics did he take into consideration for a dick swing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
it was just
like
I'm like,
there had to be a lot of porn watching. You know what I mean? Like, you had to watch a lot of porn.
Why are y'all spending so much time on the scene? Oh shit!
Shady Brooks said he wanted everyone to know.
Look at the care that they took in. Look at the realistic sway of the balls. You know what I'm saying? Like the dick sway physics. Where if there was an Academy Award for best genitalia of physics, it would have went to Watchmen for that scene.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Because of how scarred I am from that scene, I went with Logan, and I was just like, I try to do everything I can to forget Watchmen. That's just me. Now the series on HBO is great.
Yes, it is. It is. I went with Logan, but that was a hard one. That was a really hard one because I liked Rorschach in that movie, which
yes. Rorschach is cool. I also like the comedian for a little bit until I found out he was the asshole.
Well, even I ended up liking the comedian throughout that movie, and I was like, he's an asshole, but the way he sees things is kind of spot on. Like, he sees it for what it is, but his response to it is just like, I'm gonna be an asshole. Big blue dick.
That is, every time I hear Watchmen, that's all I think about, man. Nobody told me to not go see that in IMAX in the third row. I was in the third row of IMAX. Just did.
Yeah, I saw it in Qatar. The first time I saw this movie was in Qatar, so that scene was edited out. So the second time I saw it, I was like, "Well, they didn't show his dick before. What version is this?
The hell is this? What the hell?
They edited that out. What the hell is this? His dick is just out.
Kids, you're just like kids.
Yeah. No, so I came home and I was like, "You gotta watch this movie. It's great." And then like I saw his dick, I was like, "Oh wait, wait a minute."
Yeah.
I did not expect this. They cut this part out. Is this a director's cut? What the fuck?
Is that the Snyder cut? You know he always be throwing some shit in there. Shit. So yeah, we both moved Logan on. The group moved Logan on. So far we matching up. So the group is winning my confidence at this point, right? Then we have Blade and Guardians. And here's where I started getting upset. They gave Blade 10 votes. They gave Guardian 40 votes. Guardians moved on over Blade. That was disrespectful as fuck. I moved Blade on because
me too.
Yes.
The original Blade
I moved
movie,
Blade on because yes.
These movies don't happen without Blade.
I try to tell them. They won't listen.
These movies don't happen without Blade. Blade saved Marvel.
At all.
The whole shit.
There's a whole documentary on that, but don't nobody want to look into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A whole documentary on that, but nobody paid attention to it. Then we came to Civil Winter Soldier. This is the first one where I was just like, I had problems a little bit, but I just came down to me, like, because like Captain America is my dude when it comes to Marvel. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, when it comes down to it, I already voted Winter Soldier as my favorite Marvel movie, so it would only make sense to move Winter Soldier on.
Right.
Not to say I did not enjoy Civil War when we first get into T'Challa and he running down old buddy in the street. Oh my God! But
we'll save the T'Challa argument. We'll save that for later. We're going to save that for later.
But when it came down to it, Winter Soldier was my shit. So I moved Winter Soldier.
Yes. I moved Winter Soldier on, and I thought this was really disrespectful. Winter Soldier is probably one of the best Marvel movies ever.
Yes. 37-23. So, I mean, it was no loser there. Like, if Winter Soldier would have lost there, would I have been upset? Yes, but I would have been like Civil War, okay. So moving up, Dark Knight versus Logan is what I got, and that's what the group has. I moved on Dark Knight. The group also moved on Dark Knight, 60 votes to 11. How you feel about that?
So did I. I moved on Dark Knight, so I just thought it was a little. Now, when we get into the best, I get that the group it's going to be gaps, and this is another one. All these movies, I thought were deserving of close votes. I did not think that it was going to be like landslides for some of them. I really didn't. So
when you look at it, you can't look at it like 60 people thought Logan was trash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's probably people like me that love the movie, but Dark Knight is just a better movie, barely.
Right.
In some things over Logan. So that's how I looked at it. So these gaps,
that's
now,
exactly how.
When they pick the wrong movie by a big margin, then we have problems.
Oh, we're definitely we're gonna have problems. Wait till we get to the other side.
This is the one I want to get to. So the group has Guardians versus Winter Soldier. Like I have Blade versus Winter Soldier, right?
So do I.
Like I'm already upset from the previous round. So for my bracket, Blade and Winter Soldier, I moved on Winter Soldier just based on the fact that how much I love that movie. Nothing against Blade. Right. I know Marvel bankrupts because Marvel threw their last few millions at Blade and it did well and got them some money to move on.
Right.
But the group, let's talk about what the group had. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 versus Winter Soldier. When I first put this poll
was
up,
the one
I
that
was
won
like,
by like 3 votes.
yes. I took it to midnight. Because at 10:30, Winter Soldier was up by 1 vote, and I wanted to be like, close it. But I was like, I'll give him till midnight. Because I was sweating, dog. I was like, I swear to God, if Winter Soldier gets voted up, you know what? Talk to him real quick. I'll be right back.
No, first and foremost, let's talk about how Winter Soldier, it really is one of the best movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It really is. The plot, the execution, Captain America's awesome. There's all types of things there, and then there's a plot twist at the end. How does this movie beat Guardians of the Galaxy? How? I need someone. How does not? So I need someone that voted for Guardians of the Galaxy to explain their decision. And then I want to take it further than that. Blade, it should have been Blade versus Winter Soldier. It really should have been, because that's what I had in my bracket. I had Blade versus Winter Soldier. How does Blade not make it there? I seriously need answers.
Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt. Star-Lord. Y'all see it. Star-Lord is trash. I know y'all are doing it to troll me, because y'all motherfuckers was in there, and I was like, tell me what you like about this movie. And the only thing people can tell me is the soundtrack, which is full of not even original music. They just took songs that were already made from that time period and put them on that is the laziest shit. When people say the best thing, I love the movie, the soundtrack was amazing. If that's the first thing out of your mouth is just the soundtrack is amazing, come on, bro. And they didn't even play all the music.
If you could have explained to me that the thought of a Infinity Stone playing a real life role in that movie, because it did. The Power Stone was a very integral part of Guardians of the Galaxy. It really was. If you could have explained that and say how that plot and how they eventually it's going to fall in the hands of Thanos, then I was waiting on an execution order. Yep. So was I, because I was like, I was already at the point where I was like, I'm done. Once we get the other side did it for me. I was like, I'm done. We could cancel it right now, and I'm fine. Because me, I had Blade in there. The fact that Blade didn't make it, I was in my feelings. Yep. I was in my feelings. You're serious. Wait till we go to the other side. Other side of this shit, I was hot.
So this was me. I was like, oh, so y'all think that's better than Blade? Whatever. There's no way Guardians is getting past Winter Soldier. So it's like, it's out of here anyway. The fact y'all was trying to carry this motherfucker past Winter Soldier was blowing my mind. Like, I was in that post and I was commenting so hard. I was like, yo, y'all are really losing. Like, somebody tell me what's so good about this movie, because it's nothing. It's nothing. Like, if you like jokes, ha ha ha, it wasn't a good superhero movie. Like, first, there's no superheroes in it. You know, that's just me. It's just a group of motherfuckers, fucking Mystery Inc. in space, going around doing shit.
Right.
The raccoon and the tree were the best characters in there. The person he's so cool, he's funny, it's Chris Pratt. It's not a good movie, okay? I'm gonna just say it. Guardians of the Galaxy is not a good movie. It's an okay movie. It's a fun movie. It's not a great superhero movie. Just like Son of the Mask is not a terrible superhero movie, because it's not a superhero movie. All right, I'm done. They had a dance-off. It wasn't no battle. Shit. Oh, God. Anyways, let's leave this shit alone, because I need to save some energy for the next side.
Yeah.
So, the final on this side. Oh, like I said, Guardians lost to Winter Soldier 50-53. So, like I said, y'all were 3 groups away. No, Winter Soldier is in the final four with Dark Knight, and the group moved on Dark Knight 67 votes to 28 votes, which I can see.
I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that because Blade didn't fucking make it. Because I had Dark Knight versus Blade, and Blade won. So
Blade is in your final.
Blade is in my final.
Yep. I had Dark Knight and Winter Soldier, and I got Dark Knight moving on to the final. So on the other side, the play-in round, we had Into the Spider-Verse versus Spider-Man off the rip. The OG Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Well, let me just say this. Side note. I'm upset that Spider-Man 2 didn't get enough votes to get on here. You know what I'm saying? I loved Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire, Dr. Octopus, all that stuff. I loved that one. I loved it more than the original, but I'm not complaining. Because either way, even if Spider-Man 2 was going up against Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse was going to win. And the group thought so. The group said Spider-Verse moves on 52 votes to 4. I assume you picked Spider-Verse as well.
Yeah, I picked Spider-Verse.
All right. Next up, we got Man of Steel versus The Punisher 2004. That's the one with Thomas Jane, which was a decent Punisher, you know. But I just think Man of Steel was a better movie overall. I just thought it showed what fights would look like with super powered people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they were legit punched and flung all over, like Dragon Ball type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's getting fucked up. Everybody's getting fucked up. So I picked Man of Steel. I thought it was pretty good, especially compared to The Punisher 2004. And the group thought so. The group moved on Man of Steel 49 to Punisher 20.
So did I. And I wasn't even mad about that one. I wasn't even mad about it.
All right. Next up, we got OG Iron Man and then the OG Superman 1978. Iron Man won that in the group, 64 votes to 14. On my bracket, I moved on OG Superman because I know that is the actual first superhero movie that I saw with my dad, VHS. And I was just like, yo, that is amazing. Like, that is so cool seeing somebody actually fly and do superhero shit on TV. That's not a cartoon, you know? And low key, like, just the theme of Superman, how like he had his original theme. So when you hear that song, you're like, this is Superman. And then I thought, like, with Iron Man, he doesn't really have a theme. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like, you got to have a whole theme. So when I hear that song, I'm just like, oh shit. It wasn't his shit though.
It wasn't his shit. Yeah, you're right.
It was Black Sabbath, right? Iron. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Right. Like, that shit's already been out, bro. Like, that's not your shit. You know, Superman has his theme song. You borrow, you paying somebody royalties to use their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did enjoy it. So it's not like I think Iron Man is trash. Nostalgic value, I guess, for me, I was just like, Superman was it for me. But I understood it probably wouldn't get as much love as it was.
No, it didn't. It really didn't get a lot of love. And there's people in the comments that saying like that, I hate Superman. Or Iron Man all day.
Based off of when we did our superhero thing, EJ was going at Jedi like Superman is trash. I can't stand him. He's power. This, that, and the third. Which is cool. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Right.
But so we're going to Iron Man. I'm not mad at either, you know. And then we have Avengers versus the OG TMNT from 1990. Like, if they were not going up against Avengers, I probably would have voted for Ninja Turtles. Because, again, like, Ninja Turtles is my all-time favorite cartoon.
I know somebody at my job had Ninja Turtles winning the whole shit. And I was like, how?
Come on. Let's be real. Like, I get it, you're a fan. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a realistic fan. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a realistic fan.
I was like, how? How is that possible? But he was like, I like them. So they won. Okay, well, I guess. Maybe
he's in his rights. The group moved on to Avengers 65 to 13.
I was watching his bracket, then the filth that went on in this group. God damn.
Yeah. Me, Avengers is just what superhero movies should have done. That was like, I walked out of there so satisfied, like I just had sex.
Avengers?
When I saw that movie in theaters. Yes.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was just
at the time it was everything you wanted. And then at the end of it, you got Thanos. Like, I was like, oh shit, it's about to fucking go down. And then
yep, and all you got was the side profile of him in that end credit when he turned around. I was just like, bro, this about to be. I had no idea how long their whole game plan for that. I didn't know Marvel was up to that level.
At the time, you was like,
I thought they were just
shit. Thanos is coming. They woke Thanos up.
I don't even care what the budget was, EJ. Like EJ throws up the budget and stuff. I don't even care. When I saw a group of superheroes work together and combine their abilities to do shit and stuff, I was like, this is what X-Men could have been, but it was not.
Right.
Every time I watch an X-Men movie,
X3 could have been this.
Because they never. Because like they're in the danger room practicing teamwork moves, combo moves, all that shit. So when they fight, they do this shit. You never see it except in a little bit in X3 when he throws Wolverine or something, right? That's all you see it. But Avengers, like I walked out of that theater with a cigarette. But don't get it wrong. So Ninja Turtles. Oh my God. Ninja Turtles, like the whole thing with Raph and Leo, them getting mad, splitting up, Raph getting kidnapped, Leo getting worried, like that whole arc and stuff. I love that. It's just that.
Yeah, that was good.
Avengers, man. Avengers was oh God. Oh my God. Oh God. So let's go back up to the top now. Black Panther versus Spider-Verse. And I had a feeling, based on current, news and stuff, that this would kind of be a landslide. And it was 57 to 16. Mm-hmm. But again, it's one of those where a lot of those 57 were probably thinking like, man, both of these movies are good. But there was something about Black Panther that I liked more. So I'm picking Black Panther.
And then
me personally, I moved on. Go ahead. Yeah.
I moved on Black Panther too, but based on the voting in the group, it was kind of indicative of what was happening. You know what I mean? It's not to say that a lot of people didn't enjoy the Spider-Verse because it was a great movie. And they just probably enjoyed Black Panther a little bit more. You know what I mean? So at this point, I was like, okay, I'm not going to complain about the voting. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Yeah, people are entitled to vote how they want, I love Black Panther, but there was something about Spider-Verse that I just loved more inclusive of different races of superheroes being brought in. How clever the writing was for it, and how the animation kind of was akin to a comic book, things, all that stuff.
Right.
And actually, it got my kids more interested in the whole multiverse of Spider-Man. Seeing Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker, Penny Parker, Spider-Man Noir, all that stuff. So it was amazing. There was no loser in that bracket. Like I moved on Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Now we got Steel and Avengers Endgame, and this was 69 to 4. Avengers Endgame moved on versus Man of Steel. I moved on Endgame. What about you?
I moved on the game too.
All right. And I'll explain my love of Endgame later. Next up, we got Thor Ragnarok, which is the best Thor movie. All right. I'm going to just throw that out there. The best Thor movie. And on my bracket, I had it going up against Superman. In the group bracket, they had it going up against Iron Man. Thor moved on 51 votes to 19. What'd you have?
I had Thor. Yeah, I had Thor. I'm looking at my bracket, but yeah, I had Thor.
Yep. All right. And then Avengers versus Deadpool, and it wasn't even a question to me. Like Avengers moved on. The group had Avengers moving on 52 votes to Deadpool 17.
Yeah. And again,
So
I'm not going to complain about the voting, but I'm not going to complain about the voting because at this point, their next round is going to be tougher. But at this point, I'm like, you're going to like what you're going to like. So it is what it is.
Yep. I think you and the group match up here because you both had Black Panther and Endgame. And the group moved on Endgame, 74 votes to 19. What did you get?
I was livid because I was like, Black Panther wins this shit.
Do I need to pause the music so you can go in?
No, we good. I can speak eloquently to volume 3. I can speak eloquently. So everybody's saying, okay, Black Panther's in game. Okay, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. But here's where Endgame, and I approached this whole bracket not off the strength of Chadwick Boseman dying, because this bracket came out, unfortunately, a couple of days after his passing. I was not basing that off of this bracket. That had absolutely no factor of what that was. The fact to me was how they did him justice in being an intro movie, because this is hands down the best intro movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hands down. You could throw any other movie against it. It is the best intro movie for a superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's one. Two, what it did culturally for all Black people across the globe, not just in the United States, across the globe. This brought together so many Black people in a positive light, and it was so beautiful to see people going to, like, even if you weren't a fucking superhero or comic book fan, it was beautiful seeing people cosplaying that would normally do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's cosplaying and going to the movies to see Black Panther. Like it or not, you were fucking cosplaying. You may have thought this shit was proud. No, you were fucking cosplaying. You were a nerd for at least 2 hours of your life. And it was beautiful to see. So the fact that they were able to accomplish that with this movie and then tell a good story with this movie and end it on such a high note and also related to the ongoing story that was going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was just amazing to me. Now, Endgame is a great movie. It is a great cinema. But for me, the better of the two was Black Panther. So I moved on Black Panther in mine.
Because some people looked at it, I think, to side with you. A standalone movie, like if you didn't watch the previous whatever movies leading up to Endgame, it is a boring movie because it's all this time travel, getting all this stuff, and then the last 40 minutes of that movie, epic, right?
Lit.
But it's made even more epic because you know all of the shit that happened prior, Infinity War and stuff. Black Panther as a standalone movie, you can go and watch and enjoy, because the only tie-in it has is when he's watching the film of when his dad was in that explosion from Civil War, but that's like way in the beginning. Right. And then everything else after that is its movie standalone. So it still has my most favorite monologue, M'Baku giving his speech on Challenge Day. To this day, like I memorize that shit and I do it randomly. And my youngest LJ, he loves it. So he loves when I do it. So like I said, there's no loser coming out of that one. But yeah, Man of Steel versus Avengers Endgame, all that stuff moved on. So the group moved on to Endgame, and they're to their final four. I have Endgame going over. You have Black Panther going over. Now on the bottom is Thor Ragnarok versus Avengers, and the group moved on Thor. I forgot to write down the number of votes, but Thor was getting a lot of love. Like people were appreciating the humor and everything in Thor compared to the Avengers. Like me, I moved on Avengers because, like I said, like I was sexually satisfied leaving that movie without even having sex. I can't explain it. Don't explain it. I left out of that theater like, oh God. I think I had a visual orgasm. I don't know. I don't know what happened to my body. So yeah, the group moved on Thor Ragnarok. I moved on Avengers. Who'd you have down there?
I moved on the Avengers.
Okay. So you have now your final on this side is Black Panther and Avengers, and I think you said you moved on Black Panther, right?
Yeah, I moved on Black Panther. So my final is Black Panther versus Blade. And I sat on this for a couple of days.
For the fucking culture. I have Dark Knight versus Endgame. I have Dark Knight. So Endgame beat out in the group. Endgame beat out Thor Ragnarok 78-14. So now we have Endgame and Dark Knight in the group's final. So let me get our little thing out the way because it sounds like, huh? Yeah, it went out this morning.
Oh, okay. I was working, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, so Endgame won the final, 66 votes to Dark Knight's 21. I also chose Endgame. It was close, but again, I was trapped in the whole, bro. When Cap is fighting, let me tell you how I acted. Like when I watched Dark Knight, I was like, oh man, like that Joker was, yay,
phenomenal.
When I saw Captain America pick up that hammer, I was like, yee! That was me. I was a straight little kid in that thing. I was, you not. And then when the portal came back and T'Challa came out with the whole country, had a whole nation behind him. I was like, and the whole theater was doing it too. The whole theater was with me. They were just like, yeah, I could do that. Tears and shit. I left out of there emotional. Like I had to sit down on the bench. I had to get my composure together. Like Tony died. I was just, oh God. All right, we can go home now. That's why I was Endgame. It was 10 years of building up to a perfect ending like that, you know? So bravo to Marvel for that shit.
Yeah, bravo.
So talk to me. I'm interested in your Black Panther and Blade.
So I have Black, and trust me, this was not by purpose. It was just what movies I gravitated towards the most. So I have the origin story of Blade coming into being the Daywalker and the vampire he is, and eventually trying to fight Stephen Dorff as, you know, La Magra. And that whole storytelling. Blade, for what it's worth, and the year, Blade was ahead of its time as far as storytelling. And he kind of set the premise for what all Marvel movies were going to be, because there was twists, there were turns, and there was all types of little nuances in this movie that made the movie what it was. And for extra eye candy, he has Sonala in there. So it was great. Black Panther, I just went over this, but the part that I didn't go over is how much Killmonger and Black Panther's brother, I forget the original Black Panther, T'Chaka, his brother, how much it resonated with me. and how much the message. It was really hard for me to look at them as villains in this movie. And I left this movie with a sense of, in everybody's story, there's a hero and there's a villain. All it takes is what perspective you're looking at it from. Because I could agree with what Killmonger was doing. I really could. The way he went about it, though questionable, it wasn't that far-fetched. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you have to do. He was able to penetrate an entire kingdom and gain weapons for a purpose that really on the surface was noble. And it's
like
when you give
someone no options and they're back against the wall, the lengths they will go to prove their point, which was
amazing. Right. And it's hard. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to say, okay, that's fucked up. I don't like him. Because I didn't. And I went into it like, damn, this motherfucker really, he used every single advantage he had. And though he died at the end of it, even with him dying, his last words was like, nah, put me in the ocean.
Yep.
With all the ancestors that jumped off the ships. Because they knew slavery was worse than death. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, this motherfucker went out of G, you know, to the end. And it's hard for me to say, okay, that was horrible. And I left that movie like, fuck, that shit's awesome. You know what I mean? That's how I left that movie. I was like, that shit was awesome. That was the only Marvel movie, mind you. It was the only Marvel movie that I went and saw this movie 4 times in the theater. Because I was like, yeah, I got to see this shit. And every time somebody else knew was like, I haven't seen it. Let's go watch it. You know what I mean? Endgame, I saw it twice. But Black Panther, I was like, yeah, I got to see this shit. I'll go watch it with you.
I saw both of those movies. I saw both of those movies twice. I saw it the first time was like opening night. Like that's when we dashiki'd up. You know, I had my Africa chain on. We was out. We didn't bring the kids because we like, yo, we going out. We watching the movie with some grown folks. We going to enjoy some grown folks time afterwards. And then, so then the next time we went to see this, my son's birthday. He wanted to see it, so we just all went and saw it again. And I just had a Black Panther shirt on, but I couldn't have said it any better, man. I could not have said it any better. Great breakdown of what that movie meant and everything. But real quick, let me cut this down because what I wanted to do and what I wanted to lead in with the show with, I know last week we were live when we found out Chadwick passed, and we didn't really have time to get thoughts together and kind of express like our real feelings about it and whatnot. So I was going to talk about it some, and then let you talk about it. But the outpouring has been all validated. I think it's legit. It's not overreaction from our side as an African American man, because the roles he brought to life on the screen were some of the most important Black people in the history of America. Jackie Robinson, breaking the color barrier in American Major League Baseball.
Thurgood Marshall. He played Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall. James Brown, Godfather of Soul. Just the list goes on. And the one that we just talked about, and I think it's the most important role that he displayed, was of T'Challa / Black Panther, which allowed the green light for Into the Spider-Verse, where people are like, hey, let's start bringing in more, bringing more of the multicultural side of superheroes, right? Because now you even got cartoons of the Young Avengers, where Miss Marvel, who I think is like Indian, right? From Indian descent.
Yeah. In the
like,
Avengers game.
Yeah. And like you're just with Penny Parker from Spider-Verse, who's a young Asian girl who develops, the robot for that, and now every kid is like, I can be a superhero, or they can look up to somebody who is like them, who's come from the same background as them. But for what that did for us, because like we had Blade up to that point, but they kind of played Blade. Because Blade was the Blade Trinity was
context. If you look at the historical context of Marvel movies, they shy away from mentioning Blade because Blade was a violent movie, and they didn't want that to be their representation. So they shied away from it for a long time until Logan. Because up until that point, there really hadn't been a violent superhero movie. They had to tone a lot of it down. But Blade, for all of its grandeur, for people who look at it as a cult classic, was kind of shied away from Marvel. They didn't want that to be their legacy. So amongst Black people, we had Blade, and Black people love Blade, but other than that, you didn't really have anything because there just wasn't a lot of people out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And like for me, it was just amazing to see. Like I have never been to Africa. I haven't been one to just wear kente cloth, dashikis, and stuff like that. And be highly intelligent and appear to be speaking like I know all things Black.
Right.
In that seeing,
right.
Because growing up, you would see Africa depicted as send money to help these kids get
third
lost.
World country.
You have the kids drink. Yes. So to see it depicted as a vibrant, thriving country, nation, still throwing back to African heritage, like all the colors and like the challenge day went on the waterfall, the different tribes and the colors and the wardrobe and
because if you go back to the whole Blade situation, Black Panther was the first real movie of its kind. You had Coming to America, where you had Blacks that were royalty, but it was more or less a comedy. You know what I mean? This was the first movie to where you had Blacks that were royalty. They had conflict with other people. They thought intelligently about the conflicts. They weren't calculating and going down straight, well, other than Killmonger. But even with Killmonger, and I see EJ put up his question, he was like, I didn't like the narrative of Black lives taking lives. That shit it's going to be there. You know what I mean? But the way that he did it was calculated. It wasn't purposeless. You know what I mean? Like, because even amongst Black people, even today in this society that we live in today, there's people that want to do that, and then there's other people that will clash against it. The idea of that was get rid of the people, not necessarily kill them, but figuratively get them out of your lives so that you can accomplish your goal. So in the movie, it looks like he's killing them, but that is also a figure of speech. You know what I mean? There's going to be people, no matter what race you are, that aren't going to agree with your goals in the end. You have to get those types of people out of your life to accomplish that.
It was more of a kind of like a visualization of two different ideologies, like Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King, right? Malcolm X is like, by any means necessary, we gonna have these people respect us. So that was more the Killmonger route. And the fact that some of the tribes in Wakanda were willing to listen to him shows, how tired people were of, knowing, because they know what's going on in the world.
Right.
And to choose to not, that's got to be killing some people. They're just like, our people, our family, our ancestors are out there and stuff. Because they had spies out there, like T'Chaka's brother was out there in Oakland, doing things, trying to help. And that's why he got fucked up, is because he was trying to do shit to help.
Right.
That African Americans outside.
That movie spoke on so many angles, which is why I love it. Because one of the biggest lines for me in that movie was T'Challa saying, "I'm not the king of all black people. I'm just the king of Wakanda. My responsibility is to take care of my people." You know what I mean? And he's like, and Killmonger's like, "You have all these tools to help everybody. Why aren't you?" And he's like, "That's not my fucking responsibility." You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, which there was so much I took away from that movie. I took a lot away from that movie.
And it's not just Black Panther. The thing that I appreciate about Chadwick is he was dealing with, probably not for those earlier movies, but like he to go through what he went through, to not make public his battle so he can portray a strong lead African American actor and character in these movies the way Denzel was doing. So people like him, younger kids who want to become actors and thespians and stuff, can look up and be like, if he can do it, I can do it,
So can I.
Because you go from Sidney Poitier to Denzel to Chadwick and Michael B. Johnson, and now there's like a list of lead Black, African American actors, and he was one of them. And to imagine what he could have grown to become if he could have had a long enough career like Denzel, you know what I'm saying, or Morgan Freeman, or a Forrest Whitaker and things like that. But the fact that he sucked that up and he was willing to take these parts to portray what I would assume they probably asked other people, but they were intimidated to play certain roles like Thurgood Marshall and James Brown, Jackie Robinson, things like that. And he's willing to step up to bat and play those iconic parts and bring those icons to the screen so people can see and hear the story, So for that's why I have the utmost respect for him. And he was a humble dude too. He never let it go to his head. Every speech I heard him give, interview, he's always giving flowers to the people before him, alive or past.
Think about that. He was doing all these appearances knowing he had a disease that was probably going to kill him. He did all of these things, these roles, knowingly he was sick, and he did them in between treatments. And that speaks a lot to the person that he was and what he wanted to leave behind. And I think the lesson coming from that is we should strive to be our best selves all the time.
Yes.
Because he did.
And make sure to just pay respects to those, because he had a speech for Denzel. I think it was at the Screen Actors Guild Award or something.
Beautiful speech. Beautiful speech.
Giving tribute to Denzel, and it was amazing. It like I will let you guys know that I did shed some tears for him after we recorded, and I saw some of the tributes and stuff. But there was one that I posted yesterday, where other actors and his friends and stuff were talking about him, and they had nothing but amazing things to say about him. So rest in power, Chadwick. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for the roles you played. Thank you for being a role model for young Black kids everywhere, so they can look up and see a superhero that they can dress up and be as, without, it's just amazing what he was for the short time that he was out here.
Yep.
So
So
that's all I got.
Rest in power, brother. Rest in power.
Rest in power. With that said, this concludes this week's episode of The Smoke Pit. Sorry to end it on such a somber kind of thing, but it's something I felt like we had to, seeing how we were live and kind of discombobulated emotionally and couldn't really get these feelings out and get these words out. So, Black, I think you did a good job breaking down Black Panther and what it meant to you was probably what it meant to a whole lot of people. So thank you for sharing those words that movie meant to you. I got nothing else. You got anything to say to the people, man?
Actually, we are getting ready to go to Dayton, and I think now is the perfect time. Up until then, this is going to be the finale. So I look at the first year that I've been here as the first season of that filming. So once we get to Dayton, we'll come up with the plan. Things are going to revamp, and you'll probably be looking at a different That Feeling podcast once we get out of there, because everybody's going to be there, and ideas will be exchanged. I'm pretty sure the smoke pit's going to look different, because you guys rocking with us has done tremendous things. The Patreon is going to look different because people are rocking with us and is going to be doing different things. So stand by, man. I really do appreciate all the love that we've gotten thus far. And for all the day one people, thank you. And stay tuned because we're only going to go up from here. So thank y'all for rocking with us week after week. Oh,
yes, 100%.
There may be a song that you have. If you want to play that one real quick, it may be with myself and Wiz Beat. Or you can.
I'll play that, but I'm not going to play it now. But I will do is add that to the outro to this podcast. So when you play the full version, which will be available on Patreon, they will be able to hear that song as the outro to this one.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
Just saying.
Like it a lot.
There you go. There you go. A little exclusive content for the Patreon members there. So, yeah, like you said, we're going to meet in Dayton on the 26th of September.
Yeah.
A lot of brainstorming is going to happen. I'll probably be doing a vlog, just videoing the shit we do, because it's going to be like a jam-packed Saturday full of shit that we are doing. And I want y'all to see behind the scenes how serious we are with what we're doing. Like, it's not just a hobby, like how serious we are with this stuff. So stay tuned to that. It'll probably be on the Dad Feeling YouTube once I edit and get all those videos together. But you'll probably get some IG lives or Facebook lives real quick snippets and stuff. But that's all I got. Just stay tuned is all we're saying.
Stay tuned.
With that said, all right.
It's about to go up. it's about to go up.
With that being said, I am Makk, a.k.a. your boy.
This is your boy, Bread Like a King. Made us Kelvin Kaylee. You guys have a good night.
You too. Take care. Great weekend. Enjoy that 3-day. Y'all earned it.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yes. Peace.